One of the first things I teach my students is keeping the gun running, because it's a critical component to gunfighting. And what exactly does that mean? Just what it sounds like. I want my gun to keep firing. I want it to run. And there's any number of things that could prevent that from happening. The gun could run out of ammunition, it could malfunction one way or another, or I could be injured or otherwise not at my 100% peak, and that could take a couple different forms. So regardless of any of that, you need to be able to keep the gun spitting bullets towards the bad guy. Now, the most common thing is your gun going empty, so you should work on being able to smoothly reload your pistol. There's three basic reloads. There's the administrative reload, where you're just reloading the pistol while it's in your holster in between classes or in between relays, that sort of thing. There's the tactical reload, where I'm just, there's a lull in the action and I'm just swapping out a used magazine for a loaded one. And you should be able to do those. But the critical one is the speed reload, or the combat reload, where the gun is empty and the fight is still going on. So we're at the position where we are at slide lock, gun's not working, and I'm still actively in a fight. So I need to fix this. And that means, one, having spare ammunition on you. How many of you go about your daily life with your pistol, no spare mags? So you need to have a spare mag. Two, it has to be accessible. Because of my lifestyle, I don't wear a magazine pouch. So I do carry a spare magazine, but it's in my left front pocket. And that's a little hard to access, but it's just a trade-off I have to make in my life because of the way I dress and my lifestyle. So you need to work on being able to get rid of one magazine, getting another one in, getting the gun back in operation quickly, smoothly, efficiently. Now, what works when you're standing on 2 feet may be different based on the circumstances. What if all I have is one hand? This hand's busy or it's damaged, and now I've got slide lock. Can you fix this? Can you keep your gun running under this circumstances? And there's any number of ways of doing this. You know, there's plenty of videos on that. You can, first of course is to get rid of the empty. And then you can put it between your knees, you can put it in your holster, you can do any number of things with it. Can you access your magazine, wherever it is, with one hand and get the gun back in action? What really sucks is when your smart hand is out and now you're operating with your dumb hand, and we've got a slide lock situation. Can you get the gun back in operation? Keep the gun running with one hand only. Can you do your reloads with one hand only? Keeping the gun running means just getting it into operation in the first place. So, do you have a smooth draw? Do you have a smooth one-handed draw? Keeping the gun running means that I can draw with my left hand. Keeping the gun running means being able to fire even though things are not optimal. I've noticed keeping my spare magazine in my pocket, less than optimal, really gets bad if I'm kneeling, if I'm prone, if I'm in unusual situations, unusual positions. Getting that spare magazine out of my pocket becomes more difficult. just having to dig it out with my right hand becomes a bit more of a problem. There's any number of things that could cause your gun to malfunction. You may have a failure to eject. You may have a stovepipe. Do you know how to clear this? You may have a failure to fire, which may be because the magazine wasn't seated properly. Do you know how to tap, rack, and assess? Or worse, you may have a double feed. Do you know how to clear that? Well, sure, Peter, I'm going to lock the slide in the back and pull the magazine out and rack the slide and then put the magazine back in, rack the slide, get back in the fight. Cool. Can you do that with one hand? Can you do that with your strong support hand only? Keeping the gun running means keeping it running under all circumstances, regardless of what's going on in your world at this point in time. It's not rocket science. The information's out there. Learn it, practice it, be it. I'm Peter Burlingame of the Self-Defense Initiative. This is another Tuesday Tactical Tip of the Week. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your friends about us. And please be safe out there.